Hello my friends, today we're continuing to the northern beaches of Phuket and we're starting less sunny than in the first two parts of my report at Kamala Beach. That fits well with what happened here in April 2021 and is considered to be the origin of the COVID wave. We'll continue up the coast along stormy Surin and Bangtao Beach. We'll risk a short peek to the most exclusive hotel on the island, and with lots of sun, we'll go to the large northern beaches of Phuket, which are all beautiful at the moment, just like before the start of big tourism. We'll also make a few detours for a chilled chili cocktail by a lotus pond, for a great 4-person menu for $13 and for cheesecake. And I throw myself under a waterfall alone in the jungle. At the end, I'll also talk about Phuket Sandbox. While revisiting all 22 beaches of the report, I'll say a few words about the Sandbox project with some information because there's been so many rumors. Still, this report is a tour guide to the beaches now and beyond the crisis. Now, pack your bag and let's go to the beach. Here I am at the famous Café de Mar Beach Club in Kamala Beach. Or maybe I should say the infamous Café de Mar Beach Club, because not of the amazing high parties that are going on here, but because this is supposed to be the point where the third COVID wave started from for this region of Thailand. And somebody had to organize a mass party event here, and of course some people came who were already COVID positive, and they gave it on to other people, and they gave it on to other people again on the island and in other provinces. So much about the amazing things you can experience here, or you could experience here at this amazing event. Other fun fact is also, or kind of fun fact if you like irony, the neighbor of the Café de Mar Beach Club is quite the most opposite you could ever have as a beach club or party event place. That's over here. That's the Muslim cemetery. And Kamala Beach has been a Muslim village for a long time, actually forever. So this is like the most opposite you can get from a party beach club. The rest of the beach, of course, is just as beautiful as ever. Last time I reported from here, we had beautiful sunset and the sea was very calm and everything was very peaceful. And of course there were lots of tourists here. Now there's nobody except for a couple of surfers just on the other end of the beach, you see there, and they're all locals. So they're locals who learn surfing, because this is like a kind of a improvised little surf school. A beautiful beach, Kamala Beach. But that's only the beginning of our tour. On our way to the next big beach, we're stopping at Laem Singh Beach, which is a great beach. It used to be an insider tip for a long time, then got quite overcrowded, and now it would be a dream beach again. However, access to it has been shut for quite some time now. Just 2 minutes by car you will see this amazing dream beach. That's Laem Singh Beach. And actually this used to be the beach where we would go for many years with my relatives here in Phuket. Some years later they had a restaurant here, so somebody started a restaurant here. And then more and more people came, of course, and it got really popular, and now it's closed again. Both gates to both walking entries to the beach are closed. And I saw a sign at Surin Beach that you can charter a boat to get here. But at the moment I think the whole beach is really closed. Right now you don't see anybody down there, and also you don't see any traces of a restaurant that used to be here as well. So let's go straight to Surin Beach, which eventually became a party beach until the military government demolished all those places in order to restore the beach to its original state. Just like in my beach report 2019, the weather is not fantastic on the day when I'm reporting from Surin Beach. But I find this kind of weather really exciting, especially at this beach, so I love walking here. And I want to show that to you anyway. On more beautiful days, sunny days, when the sea is calm, then the sea colors are very beautiful, deep blue and green. There's lots of fish also in the water because there's not many tourists right now. So you can see quite a lot in the water, and we have maybe 10 to 15 tourists on this beach. I will try to make a photo of this beach when it's good weather, but if I cannot make it, then here you go. This is Surin Beach on a day like this. Very beautiful. And also, I mean, there's quite a lot of food stalls here by the beach road. I just don't know whom they want to sell food to, because there's 2 people right now at the beach, and that doesn't seem like good business.
Inaccessible for most people, things would continue even more exciting here. Peeking around the corner with my drone, we see the otherwise unknown Surin Pansea Beach opening up. Legally, it's a public beach, but in reality, it's the private beach for the Surin and the Amanpuri Hotel. Unfortunately, this is where my budget ends for this video and my channel. More about that in a minute. So we're flying directly to the next really public beach, the endless Bangtao Beach. It starts with the tourist village of Bangtao and is then largely occupied by the Laguna hotels, a collection of 5-star hotels from various chains which interestingly share the logistics to some extent. The beach is so long that it won't get crowded here even outside the crisis.
Bangtao Beach is just a little bit north of the center of the west coast of Phuket, and it's a very long, endless long beach, as you can see. And the nice thing about this beach over here is that it's not only very long, but it's also quite flat. So it's very easy for families with children. They can play in the sand without big risk, and also it's taking quite some while until it gets really deep in the water too. So you can also go swimming here without too big risks. The opposite would be the case if you go to Mai Khao Beach, more north of the island, or actually in the very north of the island, which is also a very nice long beach, but really dangerous because the water gets deep very fast and you have very strong undercurrents. So even experienced swimmers die here every year at that beach. Anyway, we are at the safe Bangtao Beach, and the south of the beach is over there. It ends with this beautiful cliff over there. However, it's not so easy to see the cliff or to go there because you need to be a hotel guest of that resort over there, which is the most exclusive hotel on the island, the Amanpuri Hotel. And you might need a drink or two only when you see the price list of the hotel.
Here's the other view of the Cape again from Surin Beach, and the prices for the most exclusive hotel of Phuket are worth seeing. So these are the prices per night for a week with half-board now in summer in green, and then yellow in winter, and in blue the price per single night with breakfast only. By the way, at Christmas there's only villas left, but then only with breakfast and a minimum stay of 1 week. The largest villa with an incredible 73,000 square feet for 19 people then comes to $150,500 for the week, plus taxes and fees for another $30,000. The weekly Christmas price is going to be festive.
Anyway, the north part of the beach ends with a new name, and that's Lai Yan Beach, and we're gonna go there in a moment. I'm filming right now here from a part of Bangtao Beach, which is actually normally very populated, with like some food stalls and little street restaurants, and you see lots of beach chairs. But right now I see only one person sitting on the beach chair, and yeah, that's not very much on a beach of 10 kilometers length or so. For the rest, I saw one family with 3 children, and that was more or less it. Last time I reported from the center of the beach, where you have the Laguna hotels, all 5-star hotels, where it's getting not very busy even in high season. But now in Corona times you can have the whole beach like this. You can walk 10 kilometers and maybe meet 5 to 10 people. A very nice beach now and also after the crisis.
The sun will shine again in late afternoon, so let's first make a detour to a pretty cool place with a lotus pond, the Madu Bua, a cafe restaurant that also has a hotel with traditional stilt houses, which has been closed for the past few months. there's a very special drink on the menu waiting for you. A Tom Yum cocktail with real chili. Well, and if you want to spend some nice time having coffee or tea or a nice cold drink, I can only recommend coming to this place called Madu Bua. That means come and see the flowers in Thai or in English. And yeah, you see, you can come and see the flowers on this beautiful lotus pond, and you see some flowers over there. Otherwise, you see also the beautiful old style houses that actually make a hotel over here. And I'm not so sure if it's closed. I think it's closed at the moment. But anyway, you can spend some really nice time also in pandemic times where things are not so easy. But this here is a real recommendation to spend some good hours. Their Tom Yum cocktail is quite a drink with galangal, lemongrass, lime and above all chili. Non-alcoholic, yet anything but boring. And I'm a little nervous to be honest now, but I'm gonna try. Wow, it's really very, very tasty, very good. Really very nice drink. The sun has come out for the evening, so let's go to the beautiful north end of Bangtao, Lai Yan Beach. If you like my flight and travel reports, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it right now with the bell notification. It costs you just one click. I'm really happy, and you're making a big difference for the future of this channel. Well, here I am. I want to do a catastrophe video about all the empty beaches on Phuket Island during COVID times, and reality strikes. Well, this is reality. I'm here at Lai Yan Beach, which is the northern end of Bangtao Beach, a beautiful beach, and I've never seen this part of the island as full of people as right now in the evening during COVID times, and that's nice to see actually too. I've been here many times and I was mostly alone over here, but I totally get it. The locals here spend the evening hours taking a walk or going for a swim, and well, I think I'm gonna follow their example now. I'm gonna have a little walk too. I'm gonna swim a little because I've been in the water only once in 3 weeks. I was by the beach a couple of times, but only for the beach report, to be honest. And now I'm gonna just have a swim, and we see each other again tomorrow. And suddenly you see cars and motorbikes all over the street, and this is not a market for free food, but this is actually what's supposed to be an empty, lonely beach, Banana Beach. And it looks like every tourist on the island that's left here wants to see this empty, lonely beach at the same time. And you have to get to the beach first. Well, at least there's a rope. But I'm surprised because here are as many people as at the whole beach of Patong, of Karon, of Nayang, of Kata Beach, and that's all beaches of more than a kilometer length. So you find maybe, I mean, this is not a full beach, but still, in normal times this would be just nice. But now you find here as many people as in those big beaches. So now you have like 50 people sharing a beach of maybe 200 meters length, while you can have 3 and 2 kilometer long beaches with only 7 people maybe. Yeah, everybody as he likes, or as she likes. It looks much quieter here again, a few minutes further north on the beautiful and lonely Thon Beach. Thon Beach is another nice empty beach about 1 kilometer long. And nothing has changed much over here in the last 2 years, because when I did my beach report about all beaches in Phuket 2 years ago, there was like ghost town going on over there on the beach road. All the shops, all the restaurants were closed, and it's still the case now. I don't know what happened. It looks like everybody got killed, but let's just hope that somebody bought up all the shops and they're planning something else. Let's think about that better. So anyway, over there's the Pullman Arcadia Hotel, a nice 4 or 5 star hotel.
Then there's another nice hotel on the beach road, and then you see these very beautiful houses up on the hill. The only downtime here is, as I said, everything is closed. It means you cannot really have lunch or dinner here because there's just nothing here. For the rest, it's a very beautiful beach, very quiet except for the waves, and you're gonna spend a nice, quiet day by the beach if you come here.
Unlike the hilly south of Phuket, the hinterland here is flat, but there's still a lot to discover between Lai Yan Beach and the town of Thalang, such as this peaceful shrine which is dedicated to the heroines of the Thalang battle, with a beautiful seated Buddha under trees. Nearby there is also a pretty unknown impressive monument that also commemorates the Thalang battle. You're really in the middle of nowhere here, but the surroundings are actually nice, with small lakes that resulted from open cast mining and which attract quite a few anglers here on weekends. But I'm hungry now, and there's a pretty great place around the corner for that. A very simple restaurant that can't even be found on Google Maps, but it has fantastic cuisine at sensational prices. Well, of course, now when I don't have the right camera, I'm here in this amazing restaurant that is even not possible to find on Google Maps. So I only see the position of the restaurant. Sorry for the shaky image, but I have to show you this food. It's just really fantastic. Close to Thalang. The place doesn't have an English name, but it's called Ran Tung Thalang Tenasse. That means restaurant by the victory field of Thalang. Almost everybody drives past this little eatery with no idea what great food is served here. There are so many specialties here that differ from the usual tourist menus. Many different types of gang and yum, raw marinated shrimps and 1,000-year-old eggs. The most expensive single dish on the menu costs 80 baht, which is about $2.50. Only one specialty was 200 baht, about $6. The four of us paid 420 baht here, which is about $13 for 7 different dishes with drinks and a culinary experience. Ran Tung Thalang Tenasse. Next up is a huge wide beach with shallow water that's beautiful and perfect for families.
More than 2 kilometers long Lai Yan Beach is in the northern part of the island, just south of the airport, and this beach is also quite empty in normal times. And now during COVID times there's nobody. There's 3 larger hotels around this beach. That's Marriott Hotel, Lai Yan Beach, which has a different access road, and then there's the Deva Hotel and the Esprit de Lai Yan Hotel. And then there's some smaller hotels. Most of them are not so great. One is rather charming, and most importantly there's really nice restaurants here, and you see they're all directly on the beach, and you can sit and have your dinner or lunch with your feet in the sand. So that's really quite charming. Otherwise this beach is very nice but kind of unspectacular. You won't get majestic palm trees, but you get these very filigrane thin branches of the casuarina trees over there, which look really very nice, and they're very typical of this beach. Anyway, right now there's nobody. You have a huge kind of private beach, and it's definitely worth a visit. And in the northern end of the beach you also have the Surin National Park, which of course also in normal times has almost no visitors. It's not so spectacular, but now you can for sure have a completely private day over there in the national park as well. So as I said, definitely worth a visit, also from farther away.
But now I have to take a look at another part of this long beach. At the southern end of the beach is the Marriott Hotel Lai Yan, with plenty of water in front of the hotel, but also inside the hotel. You could basically swim from room to room here, but I'm interested in the beach.
I'm actually a big fan of unplanned, spontaneous detours where you don't know what's going to happen, and this time it proved to be a good decision as well. I want to see the other side of Lai Yan Beach and also the Marriott Hotel over here, because I haven't seen it yet, and it's a really nice hotel But most important, the view all over Lai Yan Beach is really spectacular, and you don't see only Lai Yan Beach, but also all the way down to the airport and even further to Mai Khao Beach, and in the very background you even get to see the mountains over there of Pansea province. Really nice. And here we are at endless Mai Khao Beach in the northern end of Phuket. And actually now I can take off my sunglasses because there's no sun today. And I love those days when there's no sun. So you don't need to get nervous about getting sunburn, and you don't have to cream your face like crazy. But you can just enjoy a nice long walk. And on this beach, you sure can have a long walk. It's just wonderful. And the water is also very calm today. You see there's no waves, it's very flat water, but you should not feel secure too fast, because this part of the island tends to have really very strong and very high waves, and it's quite dangerous to swim here because the water gets deep very quickly just after a few meters, and lots of people, or quite a number of people, never came back when they went for a swim over here. And so it's better to have a walk. And you see, I'm wearing a bathrobe because I'm staying at the JW Marriott Hotel here for a night, and there's also a hotel report that I'm making about that hotel. So check on my channel, maybe the report is already out once you see this video. And also interesting to see here, you see the tides, the difference in the tide. You see, there you see the line for the high tide, and now we're having low tide, and it's quite a big difference, more than a meter I would say, much more than a meter actually. So this is how fast it goes down, pretty deep. But anyway, it's great for a walk endlessly until the end of the island.
During the daily afternoon rain, we're starting another great detour from the beach to the waterfall. But on the way, I got quite a surprise. In the middle of nowhere, there's cake and a cafe you'd never expect here.
Now I have to present you this a really nice surprise. I'm actually on the way to Bangtao Waterfall, and I just wanted to stop by a place with air conditioning that maybe has also a nice bathroom. And what I found is an oasis in the middle of nowhere, a beautiful cafe called Delight by Cake My Day. That's a nice name. And look at this, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Such a beautiful cafe, really in the middle of nowhere, totally unexpected, and have quite a nice cake window too. And look what I got. Cappuccino, again, that's cold cappuccino, iced cappuccino, and this Japanese cheesecake, which is a very fluffy and light version of a regular cheesecake. So if you ever happen to come to Bangtao Waterfall or any other place in the north of the island, or you want to go to Naka Island Resort and you need to go to the boat pier anyway, come here, it's really worth it. Such a big surprise. This tastes really heavenly. With many not so great things, there's also a good side, and the good side about rainy season, when all the beaches are not fantastic anymore because the waves are high and the water is not as clear and there's so much rain because it's rainy season. So the good side of that is that the waterfalls have more water. So, I mean, there's not like the really impressive waterfalls like in neighboring Pansea province, but there's this little cute Bangtao waterfall. And now let's have a look how it looks now after quite a lot of rain. Walking up here was really worth it. Look, there's so much water now, and the waterfall is really nice right now. And you know, that's the great things about COVID times too. You can experience these places all by yourself without anybody around. I'm feeling so great now. It's a little bit like Tarzan and Jane, or Tarzan and Tarzan, or Jane and Jane, or Tarzan or Jane. Oh my god, I'm feeling so fantastic right now, friend. I'm sitting here in the middle of the jungle, under a waterfall, completely alone on a tropical island. I didn't need to spend thousands and thousands of euros or dollars for a luxury trip. No, I'm getting all this just like that, and I'm feeling so amazing. I love rainy season.
And here we are again by the sea. But now a few words about the Phuket Sandbox project while all 22 beaches of my 3-part beach report pass by. When it comes to Phuket Sandbox, instead of the expected joy, there were mainly negative comments on social media and the worst rumors, even that electronic tags had to be worn, which is of course complete nonsense. The problem is rather that we got used to being able to fly to Thailand at any time as entry was extremely easy. That will be the case again. At the moment, however, the country is still very vulnerable because there's no health system here, like for example in most of Europe where every risk is taken care of. And the vaccination rate in Thailand is very slow. Plus, they're still distributing the very subpar Sinovac vaccine. At the same time, however, they want to reopen, and one must not forget, Thailand is the first country in all of Southeast Asia to open up at least a little. However, a holiday in Phuket is possible now with only a few discomforts. About 2 weeks in advance you have to apply online for a COE entry form at the Thai consulate. But for entering the US, for example, you need to have an ESTA since many years already, even in normal times, and for trips to many other countries, visas have always been necessary. The effort is significantly smaller here. Then you need a foreign health insurance that includes COVID-19, but you should have that anyway. And of course a PCR test, as for almost all international long-haul destinations. In Phuket you have to download a COVID app, which honestly would have been a smart idea for Europe too. However, it's not really controlled in the country. What is just a little annoying is that you have to do 3 more PCR tests in Phuket during the sandbox time, and that's a bit upsetting because you have to pay for it yourself at the full cost of over $100 per test, which isn't exactly cheap and a money-making machine for the private hospitals. Apart from these tests, vacation in Phuket is like before, just much more beautiful. The restaurants are open, alcohol can also be served, only the clubs and bars are still closed, which is currently good for health reasons. Again, I made this report as a beach guide beyond COVID times, but I will update the situation in my video description. After 2 weeks you can leave the island for other provinces, but you have to know that it may not be possible to enter every province without any problems, depending on the development of the pandemic. However, a lot of tourists always only fly to Phuket and back, and therefore wouldn't feel this restriction anyway. The big mistake of the government, however, was to announce the project in full voice as something like a complete opening of the country, which it is not. Like when you win a car and look forward to your Ford Fiesta, for example, then somebody says it's gonna be a BMW, but then it's just a Fiesta in the end and you're disappointed, but it's still a great win. If the government had said in advance that they tried to open Phuket with caution, most people would probably have been just happy. From my experience, I can only say I entered Bangkok with a full hotel quarantine, paid a lot of money for it and was not allowed to leave the room for 2 weeks, so to speak prison with a view, even though I made sure I spent a great time there. But it was one of the best decisions of my travel life, because after that I was granted experiences that are no longer possible today and that you can't pay for with money. It was a journey back in time when Thailand was an exotic country far away, with selfie-free, quiet temples in Bangkok and lonely beaches on Phuket Island. and with the wonderful people as always. At the same time, you really help a lot with your decision for vacation in Phuket right now in the difficult times. So many people lost their livelihood because of the absence of tourism, and that without amazing social systems helping them out like in Europe. Therefore, if you can do it time-wise and if you don't care about party life, I recommend packing your bags now and flying there faster than you can think before everything is easy again and the crowds pour into the country. You will never be able to see Phuket beautiful as it is right now. That will be over for good. But of course, Phuket and the whole country will remain a top travel destination, one of the best and most fascinating in the world. After this beach report, you can expect more travel and hotel reports from Thailand and of course from many other destinations around the world. But above all, there's some exciting flight reports coming up again on board numerous airlines worldwide in economy, business class and even first class. So come and join me. Stay healthy, stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and see you here very soon on Travel, Sing, Fly.